Without further ado, I'm turning it over to Jamie, okay? Thank you.
Okay, and I'm going to give you a spiel, okay? So, everything I tell you is true. I had to learn too.
A little closer.
Let's see, everything I tell you is true. I had to learn too. People say, ride your own ride. But what does that really mean? And here's what I'm going to tell you.
A little static, but we'll live with it.
Okay, there are riders that will pull you along or try to push you along. You got to recognize that. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do that. If they're coming up behind you, pull over. If they're coming, if they want to pass you, pull over. You know what I mean? That's riding your own ride. Because safety first is the biggest thing. Okay. Conversely, don't try to catch up with them or pass someone unless the trail is such that it's safe, you know, and then it's okay. At home, after training rides,
A little closer, Jamie.
at home after training rides, trot your horse out and back, just so they know that they're not done until you trot them out and back. And when you trot them, trot with enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Don't look at them. Look straight ahead. That's how you ride a horse. You look where you want to go, and they'll go there. Okay? This is so your horse is not done until he or she knows it. Okay? There are 2 1-hour holds at the Tevis, which means you really have 22 hours to complete. Okay? So that's about 6 miles an hour. So 6 miles an hour, get you a buckle. You know, you don't have to beat feet fast, as they say. Or at least we used to say in Vietnam. Anyway, practice riding in the dark because I guarantee you, Teresa Cross helped me practice riding in the dark because, you know, back in the day, and I'll tell you what, it makes a world of difference. But know that your horse can see better in the dark than you can, okay? So, anyway, biggest mistake people make is not letting their horses drink enough. So remember, for the rest of your lives, if you haven't heard it from me before, 30 swallows make a gallon. And there was a study done at Davis in the 50s that showed that on a difficult trail, a horse can lose, like a difficult trail, like the Tevis, can lose up to 10 liters, which is 2.5 gallons an hour. So by counting swallows, all you got to do, if you get in the habit of that, you can see their ears flick or look at their gullet, you know what I mean? You'll have some idea of their hydration before you get to the vet. So dehydration is the biggest reason for metabolic problems in a ride like the Tevis. But especially the Tevis. I implore you, fancy word, I implore you to count swallows and remember, this is for the rest of your life. 30 swallows make a gallon. If you get in the habit of doing that by watching his ears or the gullet, you'll have a better idea of your horse's hydration as you approach the vet check.
There you go.
There you go. That's a wrap. Excuse me.
How about,
Oh, wait.
Jamie, how about you tell us about one of your Tevis rides? Something memorable about one of your trips on the Tevis.
Well, here's how I got my buckle. So, I
A little closer. What year is this? What year?
2005, I think. Yeah.
2005?
Yeah, I think so. So I was Tevis fit, but I went to trot my horse out, and he was freaking lame. And I turned around, all the vets were laughing at me. So I put the word out that I'd ride anything. And so there was a fella with a horse by the name of Heraldic.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I said, what's he done? Oh, he's done a couple of 50s. No, what's he really done? He's done a couple of 50s. So I said, okay. So he rode ahead of me, and I could tell by the time I got to Francisco's, I was running out of horse. So I was saying, look,
A little closer.
look, I can't remember his name.
Heraldic?
No.
John Crandall?
Yeah, look, John, I want a buckle. I'm running out of horse, you know? Yeah. So please slow down. Yeah. So he didn't, and he didn't. And so we get there, and I said, let's walk right in and vet. And so, And so he vets first, and his horse was fine. And I go to take my horse, Crandall's horse that I rode, and I look back, and he's pissing blood. Yeah. So, and Greg Fellers was the vet, and he says, hold this for a minute. He says, in his way, well, Jamie, what do we do about that? And I said, Greg, you can't cut me any slack. How about a CRI? And he said, that's a good idea. 44, out and back. And that's how I got my buckle. Yeah. And so you could say Jamie Kerr trained heroic. Because from that point on, he went and won everything.
Okay.
For a long time. Anyway, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll turn the volume up.